Hey, I'm Mikkel Moose, and today I'm going to show you how to make a t-shirt for an 18-inch doll. I'll also show you some ways to decorate it. For this project, you will need an 18-inch doll, scissors, needle and thread or a sewing machine, a fabric of your choice, Velcro, some paint for decorating, some patches, or you could also use beads or sequins. There's plenty of fun ways to do decorations for this project. So to begin making the shirt, what you're going to want to do is get your fabric. Stay. So you're going to get your fabric, and you're going to take your doll. And I'm going to measure it out so it's starting to go from her neck to just about where her hip joints are, because we're making it a little bit bigger. Then you're going to wrap your doll up, find out where the ends meet, and this is where we're going to cut it a little bit, just a little bit bigger. And so I've got a little rectangle of fabric, and it's not exactly rectangular. And as you can see, it goes over my doll quite nicely. So now what I'm going to do is find out where the armholes are going to be. And because I want this to close up in the back, I'm going to start with the back. Where did I put my scissors? Oh. I'm going to start on the back and find where the arm is, and I'm going to leave about an inch above and cut a hole. You couldn't see any of that, sorry. I'm going to put it on the doll, wrap it around, once again, figure out where the armhole is going to be, and cut. Staying about an inch down in there. Alright, and now you see we've got a nice little smock. Alright. Next step is sewing. I'm going to fold up the bottom and hem all along the edge, just so we have a nice seam there. And then I'm going to fold over the sides and hem those, both sides here and here. And I'm going to leave the top for just in a few minutes, and then we'll get to that. So I finished hemming it. This is what the back looks like. This is what the front looks like. So now for this portion, you're going to have to decide what your front's going to look like, what the neckline's going to look like. Like, is it going to be like a V-neck? Is it going to be a round neck? I'm going to show you guys how to do a V-neck. And to do that, I am just going to cut down in the center of the shirt. We're just going to leave it like that for a second. We're just going to leave the cut in the middle. And what you're going to do is fold it. The holes are where you cut them, and then you're going to sew a line going up, so a triangle kind of shape, sewing it right up here. This is where the shoulders are, because your shoulders aren't completely stiff and straight out like that. They're slanted a little bit. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to just sew right there and do the same thing on the other side. So that's finished. You can see the seams there, and I'm going to go and cut off the excess fabric. Don't cut through that seam you just made. Alright, so now we're going to do the top, and what you're going to do is you're just going to fold over these edges and sew You're going to fold over the edge that you cut off, the middle portion there, and you're going to sew up, and then you're going to fold this portion over and sew over. You can do the same thing on the other side. So this is what we have right now. It's all sewed up in the back, but of course it's missing sleeves. So that's the next portion. So we are going to get our fabric out again, lay our doll down, wrap the fabric around her arm. Make sure you leave a little bit of wiggle room. If you can, awkward hand positions. So what I do is I wrap it around and then I leave a little bit of extra space. Now I'm just going to hold it there so I can remember where it was, and I'm going to cut that piece out. Now if I wanted to make this a long sleeve shirt, I could do that, but I was making short sleeve shirts, so I am going to figure out kind of where I want it to lie. Shirt, well, we'll see. And then I'm going to cut that piece right out. Well, if you notice, I cut out a lot of excess fabric, so that way I can just use the width measurement that I have and just cut out a secondary piece. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fold over one edge and sew it. Then you're going to fold good side to good side and sew straight down. So you'll make 2 sleeves, and then get a needle and thread, because I don't know how to do this on the sewing machine. And you're going to flip your sleeves so they are the right way out. Get that hemmed edge, that's going to be on the outside, and the unhemmed edge is going to go into the hole that we made earlier. And then what you're going to do is just sew around the edge. If anybody knows how to sew a sleeve on with using a sewing machine, please message me. I would love to know how to do it. So for the next part, you're going to want to put the shirt on your doll, because we're going to put the Velcro onto the back to make the shirt actually close. And the Velcro that I got, I bought at, I actually bought it at Home Depot, but you can get it at just about anywhere. And it's adhesive, so it's already got like a adhesive on the back, so it actually sticks really well. I haven't had a problem with it so far. If the Velcro you have doesn't stick quite as well, you might want to sew it on there, but for me it seems to be working just with the adhesive that was provided. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut 3 little strips off of both sides, and I'm going to pull the adhesive backing, or the little strip off the back, and place it on the back of the doll's shirt. And then I'm going to take the other end, this is the rough side, this is the soft side. You guys know how Velcro works, right? And I'm going to pull the shirt so I see where I want it to go, if I need to pull it more or less, and then apply that. Then I'm going to move down. And that is it. The shirt is finished. Now on to decorating. So for one of my shirts, I'm going to decorate it by using paint. This is acrylic paint. And you know why you always have to wear paint shirts when you're painting? It's because it gets stuck on your clothes and it's impossible to get out, which makes it really great for decorating a shirt. So I am going to use this paint, and I am just going to paint on a design. This is finished. I could do more, but I think it looks cute like this. And just so you know, when you're choosing out a paint, I have not used any other paint besides an acrylic paint to do this, to paint on shirts. Obviously, you don't want to use something that's washable, or I know tempera paint does not work. I painted a shirt with acrylic paint about 10 years ago, and it's one of my shirts, and it's gone through the wash so many times, and the paint has started to fade a little bit here and there, like chipping off, but it's still on there, so this will last. And you just want to make sure you don't put it on too thick, because then it will flake off a lot easier and a lot faster. So that's that. I've got this little patch, and I'm just going to sew it onto the shirt. They also have iron-on versions that you just use a hot iron and press, and then they stick. And that's it. That's how to make a t-shirt for an 18-inch doll. And 2 different ways you can decorate it, although there's probably like a million different ways you can decorate these shirts. So I hope you guys get really creative and have a lot of fun making these shirts. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know.